On everybody, I'm back again. Today's video pretty much just going to be on oversize. It's on my mind a lot right now. Been sitting for a little bit trying to get permits and things like that, so I figured I'd make a video about it. Oversize, overweight, and some of the dark sides about it, and some of the good things. I mean, it's not all bad in any job. I mean, you're going to have bad and you're going to have good. You just can't let the bad overcome, you know. You got to persevere and keep going with it. So, to get into it, classification of oversize would be anything that hangs over a certain point of the front of your trailer to the rear of your trailer or off either side. So the normal width of the newer trailers is 8 feet 6 inches to the outside of the rub rails, or where you would hook a chain, unless you have the drop chains in your trailer or something like that. 8 feet 6 inches. Anything over that, like 8 feet 6 inches, 1/4, 1/8, 1/32, 1/64. I mean, I don't think they're going to get down that small with it. You know, when you're rolling through the scale, it'd be kind of hard to tell. But anything over 8 feet 6 inches is technically it's oversized. And some states, as far as overhang to the front or rear of the trailer, will allow you a foot or two, maybe more, maybe less, depending on the state and the DOT regs for that state. And even, for example, California, my kingpin length on my trailer is too long. They allow 41 feet from kingpin to the center of the last axle on your trailer. 41 feet. Well, I'm at 48 feet 3.5 inches. So even empty in the state of California, I still have to be permitted to be able to move within the state. And in order to get that permit, you know, I have to follow strict guidelines on where I'm allowed to go, how I'm allowed to get there, and things like that. So I'm still waiting on permits now, and I got the load that I have on now on Tuesday of last week, and it is currently the following Tuesday. So it's been 7 days since I loaded this, and I have on a 360 excavator. It weighs roughly 78,000 pounds, which puts my gross vehicle weight at around 128,000. I'm actually just under that a little bit. So with the weight, the number of axles I have, the spacing on the axles, and the kingpin length all play in to permits, and each state require different things to be able to get permits. So California asks, in order to get their permit, first of all, running the new power unit. It hasn't had the inspection to be able to run in California yet because it's a 4-axle power unit, so they require special inspection. And some of the stuff that I had on the truck didn't meet what they want. So needless to say, had to spend some money to try to get things legal so they can issue me a permit. And once that permit is issued, the only way that they would do it, from my understanding of my conversations with the permit companies that I use and relaying information back and forth between the permit company and me and back and into the state, is once I get in, I get unloaded, I have to leave the state empty the exact same route that I came in the state. So there's a lot that goes into it. it can even go as far as how much each individual tire is rated to hold. For example, an 11-inch wide tire, I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure is rated for like 6,000 pounds, just one tire. But if you group those tires together in a dual, you actually lose a little bit of rating for those tires. Now, not sure why. It's above my pay grade. I didn't go to school to be an engineer. Obviously, I get paid to look out a windshield, drive down the road, something that a lot of people said you can't do, but I do it, and a lot of other people do it too. But yeah, it it can get down to the nitty gritty to be able to get permits. And some of the things, some information that you have to have if you're looking to get permits for the first time or you've not ever done it, and you might looking on a load board or something and you see a load that you know is going to be over. So you need the total length of your truck and trailer combination. So that's from the front bumper to the rear bumper of the trailer. You need that total length. You need your gross vehicle weight that's loaded. With the load on, you need to know what it weighs. And then you also need to know what weights that you're going to want on your axles. You need to know your axle spacings. So that's like from center of one axle to the center of another axle on the same plane. So say, for example, my truck, I have from axle 1, which is the steer axle, to axle 2, which is my drop axle, is 15 feet 3 inches from center to center. And from axle 2 to axle 3, which is the first drive axle, actual live drive axle, is 5 feet and 3 inches. And then from axles 3 to 4 is 4 feet 7. And then you have to go from axle 4, if you're running a unit like I have, or the rear drive axle of your tractor, to the first axle of your trailer. For example, mine's 36 feet. And then you have to have from the first axle of your trailer to the next axle of your trailer. Mine is 4 feet 7 inches, and it's the same from axle 6 to axle 7. I run a 7-axle unit. So, I have a tri-axle truck and a tri-axle RGN. Let's see. So, total length, axle spacings, axle weight, your total gross, and then you're going to need the height of whatever you're hauling, just the unit that you're hauling. For example, if it's an excavator or something of that nature, they need to know from level ground to the top of the unit, the highest point as it would be loaded on your trailer. They want to know the height. They want to know the length of the unit itself, not the truck and trailer combination, but what you're actually hauling. They're going to want to know the width of it and the weight of it as well. And right off the top of my head, I'm sure I'm probably missing something. You're going to need your DOT number, the make and model of the power unit, the make and model of the trailer you're pulling. I'm sure I'm missing something. I can't think of everything right off the top of my head. I got it in my notebooks over here, but I really don't feel like digging through it right now. Good sides to oversize, overweight. Money's good. If you do it right, you play your cards right. Initially, when you first get into it, you know, you're going to pull a couple loads and be like, man, I'm not making no money on this. My permits, they're costing this much. And my fuel, you know, I'm heavy, so I'm burning more fuel. It's costing more money that way. Stick through it. You know, you have to learn your unit. And oversized, overweight, overdimensional, it's a completely different ball game than pulling a dry van or something like that. It's a lot different. But in my experience, it's a good different. I like to get out of the truck, move around a little bit. You flatbedders watching this, step deck operators, other heavy haul guys, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, we drive just like everybody else does. Look, I feel like it's a little bit more stressful to do oversized, overweight, overdimensional. But I get to get out of the truck, move around. I run half-inch chains on my truck, a little bit bigger than most people run, unless you're doing a lot of big stuff. Uh, People that run, I'm only running a 7-axle, like I said earlier, but you running more than 7 axles or a triaxle with a flip, you're going to be getting into some more weight. I feel once you get over a 7-axle unit or an 8-axle unit, it's time to step up your chain size, because DOT regs, they start looking a little harder on it. And if you're running some little 3/8 chains trying to hold down a 110,000-pound dozer, and you only got 2 cross chains on your tracks in the back, 2 on the front, and 1 running across your ripper for a total of like 5 chains, and they're 3/8, that ain't cutting it. Don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure you have to have up to 40% of holding capacity per the gross weight of whatever you're hauling. Now, don't quote me on that. I'm not 100%. I personally like to do way over that. That's the reason I run a half-inch chain. That way I don't have to have 8 chains trying to chain down a 60,000-pound dozer or 60,000-pound excavator or something like that. Bigger chains, hold more weight. I actually need to step up my binders a little bit, because my binders are rated for less than my chains are. My half-inch chains, a G70 half-inch chain, I think's 11,000 pound capacity. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's close. That might be a G80. But anyway, heavy stuff, bigger chains, bigger equipment, more weight. Get out, get to move around a little bit, stay in somewhat of a shape. Obviously, I'm a shape as well. You know, I'm round, but it's still a shape. Can't knock me for that, right? But yeah, money's good. Is a good thing. I personally take pride in it, because not everybody can do it at first. If you get into the industry and you stick with it a little bit, you get some experience under your belt. It's just like everything else. It comes with time. So in that sense, I guess, yeah, everybody probably could possibly do it. But it takes a different mentality to be able to run an oversized, overweight, overdimensional truck. It Yeah, takes a different kind of person, I guess you could say. And that's no offense to anybody. It's just the way I feel. Um, so it gives you something to take pride in. I mean, obviously, even pulling a dry van, like I'm in Kingman, Arizona right now. People people take pride in their trucks, which is good. I mean, especially if you're an owner operator, you need to take pride in your truck, because owner operator seems to be dying out. And take pride in your stuff. Keep it clean. Keep it, you know, keep your maintenance up. Keep you out of the DOT's barn, you know. Your truck looks good. I can't guarantee they won't mess with you, but I would say they're less likely to mess with you if you're rolling around in some good looking equipment. Even if it's older equipment. Keep it clean, man. Don't let the dust build up on it. Help you out in the long run. And the company drivers. It aggravates me so bad to see these company drivers out here that feel like their only responsibility is to get in that truck, to drive down the road holding that steering wheel, and that's it. They feel like that's their only responsibility. I think if you're a truck driver, whether you're a company truck driver or an owner operator, you should know a little bit about your truck as far as mechanical. Obviously, you have to pass the DOT test to be able to do it, which is a completely different video. But take pride in it. You know, get out, check your oil. Don't just go under your e-log and say, yep, I done it. Get out and actually check your oil. You could save your company a lot of money. And I get it. It don't come out of your pocket. I get that. But so what? Treat your vehicle, your truck, your unit, as if it were yours. Try to take care of it. And if you take care of your equipment and your company sees you take care of their equipment, then more than likely they're going to take care of you. That should go for any company. Now, obviously it doesn't, because some of these companies out here just look at their drivers as a number, and that's as far as it goes. You know, driver number, whatever location here, drop and hook this trailer. Okay, you know, go on. No, it shouldn't. I don't feel like it should be that way. But that's starting to rant, and I don't want to do that. That's about it for this video, really. There's good and there's bad and everything. And you just got to work through it, persevere, and you'll get through it. Y'all have a good day. Be safe out there.